Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a video today talking a little bit about how you could use LuxAlgo or EliteAlgo indicators to help with alert services. And I'm going to use Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trades from yesterday as an example. You can see the video that I posted yesterday here, showing that there was a potential to make 250% on Tesla from this last week's Jeff Bishop Bullseye Trades. And I've had quite a few people mention that this is great and everything, but timing an entry and an exit on Bullseye Trades alone is actually often very difficult, and I agree it's the number one skill that you have to have. Jeff Bishop does do a good job in the chat and everything underneath the in the dashboard, but he doesn't just like give a running commentary about it when you should get in and out, and of course he's not always going to time it perfectly either. And so I've started to use LuxAlgo and EliteAlgo to try and add indicators to the system to make my life easier for timing entries into alert services like Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trades. So I thought I'd go through the charts from Bullseye Trades from Tesla and just kind of show you what you could have done based on LuxAlgo and EliteAlgo. LuxAlgo is one of my favorite at the moment. It is also the cheapest, so you can go to this article, which I'll link below, read about all my journeys with LuxAlgo, and then use the coupon code STA30 to get 30% off any subscription. So LuxAlgo at the moment for me is the cheaper option. It's also the one I've used the longest and the one I've made the most profits with, so it's my favorite. However, EliteAlgo is starting to grow on me. You can come to the link in the description. It will give you my full review here of EliteAlgo. And you can get the best possible price that I'm currently able to find for EliteAlgo here as well. And so I've had a few people tell me that EliteAlgo is better in some ways, and a few people tell me LuxAlgo is better, so I'm trying to test them out and compare the two. And you can see I started a comparison video yesterday. If you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. So far, LuxAlgo versus EliteAlgo. I'm going to continue along those lines this coming week to see if I can figure out which one is going to be best for me and for other people like you guys for different time frames, like swing trading. That's what I focused on in that last video, and somebody's asking to see a 1 minute or a 5 minute or 10 minute type of time frame comparison with different settings and things, so working on that as well, trying to get some information about that. But let's do a quick analysis of Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trades from yesterday and how Lux and EliteAlgo could have helped with timing entries or exits, or just in fact just learning how to hold off because a trade perhaps isn't going to go the right way, so you can use a combination. And of course, you don't just use it with Bullseye Trades, you can use it with any alert services really, and your own trades. So I think these are good tools to have, and hopefully we can take a look at this and see what was going on. So here was a trade yesterday's, well, no, it wasn't yesterday, it was a week ago now, on Monday. When it came out, he was looking to buy calls on Tesla near 350. Here's his stop. And so you guys that have been following the channel for a while know that I love this service, and I often wait a day or two to get in because it usually heads downwards and then you can get a better price, and then often it'll run into Thursday and Friday. That's what happened this week on Tesla. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention, and I should have been, because when I looked at the charts for the, let's actually look at the chart first here. Here are the call options versus the price, and so this down here would have been an ideal entry, or right at the start of the Monday, right? So this is Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so you can see if you got in these sort of low areas, you'd have matched Jeff's price pretty well, close to 350. And so that's the difficulty, right? So if you chase, you might end up losing. Some weeks you might chase and you end up taking a big loss as it comes down. Or in this case, if you chased a bit, it wouldn't have mattered too much because you had a huge run up, 250x or something. And so how can we try and optimize? Because generally these picks are right. Like they have a very high success rate. It's the getting in and out that's, I guess that's the heart of all trading, right? It's trying to time those entries and exits just right. So let's have a look at what Lux and EliteAlgo had to say about this chart on this time frame. So I've plotted them on TradingView. This is the underlying. So TradingView doesn't allow you to plot the options contracts. So you can see the options contracts, they'll follow roughly the same pattern as the underlying stock, right? There wasn't anything too crazy happened with IV or time decay or anything like that. So you can see the same pattern here over the same time period. That's what I've plotted. This is the Friday, this is the Monday. So you can see the same pattern here. as you can in the call options here, more or less. There's a little flatter period around here. Let's see. And that looks, I guess it's similar. It's like flat period right here on the underlying. So they do follow. So check this out. On the Monday, well, actually on the Friday, there was a smart buy on LuxAlgo. So we're looking at both LuxAlgo and EliteAlgo here. So to make it simpler, I'm going to get rid of EliteAlgo. And you can see that not much changes, and that's kind of one of the points I want to make in this video. So this is LuxAlgo. On the Friday, there was a positive buy signal. And so by the Monday, you know, you could have gotten in at the open at a similar price to the LuxAlgo's positive buy signal here. And so that would have indicated that potentially you could have bought right out the gates here, right? So that's one feature of LuxAlgo that I wish I'd seen. I wish I'd tried using it this last week. But another good sign is right here there was a sell signal or a short sign. This is on Tuesday. So imagine you missed the entry here, or you waited for this to go up and up, and you're like, okay, I'll wait for a pullback. Well, on the Tuesday morning on LuxAlgo, you would have got a sell signal. And so you're not really going to jump in right here because it's already run. At that point on the options contracts, they were way up here at like 8 or something ridiculous. And so you're not going to get in at $8 if the optimum was around $3.50. So that would have helped to say, okay, well, I'm going to hold off. There's no way I'm chasing what is double the price, and there's a sell signal on LuxAlgo. So I'm going to hold off all the way down to here. However, on the Wednesday, we had this buy signal, which is a very strong buy signal, the buy plus. And so at this point, the contracts were actually really, really cheap. This is Wednesday morning. They were back down to the 350. So this would have been the ideal entry point. You'll have basically gotten the bottom of this, of the Tesla contracts. And you'd also would have been able to make a judgment based on the LuxAlgo indicator here. And you can see from there it ran all the way up until we had a sell signal on the Friday. This is the Friday starting about here. And so you'd have got a sell indicator here and been able to take profits. So this move was called out by LuxAlgo. And if you'd had this on your charts, you would have taken the guessing out of when to enter and exit the Bullseye trade pretty nicely. So this could have given us the extra confidence to enter on this dip right here. Because of course there's always the psychology of it, right? That you're seeing a sell-off, then is it going to continue down here until it stops out? And so this would have helped quite nicely. And I've seen this before, and I talked about it in a previous video as well, where it is a useful tool to have. So that's LuxAlgo here. I think that was really good. Let's look at what EliteAlgo did now. So if I switch off Lux, which is right here. So this is just a bare chart. And switch on Elite. You can see although EliteAlgo did call the buy signal on the Wednesday in a really optimal place, which would have been perfect for this run-up, it didn't add a stop, like a take profit or anything, and it certainly didn't give the detail that LuxAlgo did in this case, where it had the buy on the Friday the week before to give you the idea that maybe entering quickly would be a good idea. It didn't give a sell signal here in order to keep you out of this sell-off, and it didn't give a take profit over here. So in this particular case, at least on these settings as well, we did get a key part of the game here, but we didn't get the whole thing like we did with Lux. So you can see we add Lux back in, not that one. Lux is here. You can see the buy signals do overlap, which is what I showed in a previous video, that often the signals do overlap on these things. And so the answer here though is not that Lux or EliteAlgo is particularly better. Just in this one particular instance, LuxAlgo did give better data in terms of for trading to act upon. However, it's not always the case, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. So in my next video, I'm going to start looking at shorter time frames and see if there's any obvious advantage to using EliteAlgo over LuxAlgo or vice versa. And I'll keep you guys updated on that. Make sure you check out the EliteAlgo review, which I'll link in the description, and the LuxAlgo review, which I'll also link in the description. And I'll also put my coupon code and referral link to get you the best possible price for LuxAlgo as well. Highly recommend it. I think over 60 people now have signed up for LuxAlgo based on these videos, which is awesome. Getting a lot of good feedback from people as well. People still are struggling though in some ways to come up with the best strategies. However, that's part of the fun, so you can use some of the stuff I'm talking about, you can use some of the research and ideas I'm coming up with, but there's also a lot of content on YouTube with other people talking about how they're using like LuxAlgo or EliteAlgo and how they're setting it up and getting the best results. So it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. Alright guys, catch up with you in the next video.